Something is breaking inside Heartland. The warmth that once held the Bartlett Fleming family together now trembles under the weight of hidden fears and unspoken words. In episode 3 of season 19, the bond that once felt unbreakable begins to crack. Amy's heart is torn between the ghost of her past and the man who's trying to build a future with her. Nathan's patience, once endless, starts to fade. And Lindy, the quiet storm, stands at the center of it all. The trailer hints at heartbreak, confrontation, and one moment that could change Heartland forever. So, what leads to this emotional collapse? Let's uncover the truth. Episode 3, titled Ghosts, is shaping up to be one of the most emotional chapters of Heartland in years. The title itself says everything: ghosts of the past, ghosts of love, and the ghosts of choices that can't be undone. The trailer opens a door to Amy's deepest wound, Ty. No matter how much time passes, his presence lingers like a soft shadow over every decision Amy makes. And now, as she rides again through Pike River with Nathan by her side, those memories return stronger than ever. This is not just another episode, it's Amy confronting the part of her heart she's tried so hard to lock away. Nathan, though trying to be understanding, feels that shadow too. In episode 2, he fought for honesty, for a place in Amy's life that wasn't hidden or uncertain. But in episode 3, that foundation begins to shake. He wants to believe he's not competing with a memory, yet the way Amy looks when she hears Ty's name says otherwise. The tension between them isn't loud, it's quiet, almost painful. You can feel the distance growing with every word they don't say. Amy's daughter, Lindy, is the mirror of her mother's conflict. After discovering Amy's secret relationship with Nathan, she's been struggling to understand how her father's memory can coexist with someone new. Her confusion turns into resistance, and resistance into silence. But in the trailer, that silence breaks. A scene where Lindy turns away from Nathan, her eyes full of pain, says everything. She's not ready to accept him yet. And this emotional wall between them might be the beginning of something irreversible. Meanwhile, Lou's world is about to shift again. Her rivalry with Gracie was already reaching its limit, but the wolf attack mentioned in the synopsis will push them into dangerous territory. Two strong women, both protective of their families and businesses, forced to work together, it's a recipe for both chaos and understanding. Lou, ever the pragmatist, wants to protect Heartland Ranch's name, but Gracie's vulnerability begins to show. For the first time, Lou might see her not as an enemy, but as someone who's just as desperate to keep her family together. That change could spark an unexpected alliance, or a betrayal no one sees coming. And then there's Jack. The rock of Heartland, the quiet strength behind every storm. But even rocks crack under pressure. The trailer gives a glimpse of him watching the ranch hand he fired return, the man Lou trusted but Jack couldn't. This moment feels small at first, but it carries weight. Jack's pride has always been both his armor and his curse. Realizing his mistake won't come easy. Yet the look in his eyes, tired but knowing, hints that he's ready to accept help, something we rarely see from him. Back in Pike River, Amy's confrontation with her past deepens. The search and rescue horses bring back flashes of her time with Ty, the partnership, the laughter, the loss. Every hoofbeat sounds like a memory she can't escape. Nathan sees it. He feels her pain but can't reach her through it. And this is where the trailer's title, "They're Breaking Up," begins to take shape. It's not about a fight or betrayal. It's about two hearts realizing they might be walking different paths. Amy wants to move forward, but her soul is still half in the past. Nathan, patient as he is, can't keep waiting for her to choose him over a memory. This emotional tension builds like a storm waiting to break. By the end of episode 2, Amy promised to stop hiding. But in episode 3, the truth is more complicated. What happens when the heart you're offering someone else is still shared with another? The trailer's voiceover teases a haunting line: "Some love never leaves, even when it should." And that's exactly what this episode explores: love that lingers, love that heals, and love that hurts. The suspense doesn't end there. The wolf subplot, though symbolic, might actually tie everything together. In Heartland, animals have always reflected the characters' inner worlds. The wolf stalking the edge of the ranch could represent the unresolved pain stalking Amy and her family. It's wild, unpredictable, and dangerous, just like grief. When Lou and Gracie go after it, they're not just hunting a predator. They're facing the fears that have been tearing their families apart. And when the wolf is finally cornered, what they choose to do will reveal who they've become. By the time episode 3 ends, every relationship, Amy and Nathan, Lou and Gracie, even Jack and his ranch, will be tested. The cracks we see now might turn into permanent fractures. Or, maybe, these characters will find the courage to rebuild what's been lost. One thing is certain: the Heartland we knew at the start of the season won't be the same after this episode. Heartland Season 19 Episode 3 will not just test relationships, it will redefine them. When the episode opens, Amy and Nathan are still trying to hold on, but their connection feels fragile. What began as hope now trembles under the weight of misunderstanding. Amy's heart wants peace, but every moment she spends in Pike River pulls her backward. It's as if Ty's spirit still lingers in the wind, reminding her of promises made and love lost. Nathan senses it. The more he tries to reach her, the more she drifts away. It's not about anger or betrayal, it's about absence, the kind that can't be filled no matter how much someone loves you. The emotional centerpiece of episode 3 will likely come when Amy finally breaks down, admitting she's afraid to move on. She doesn't want to forget Ty, but she also doesn't want to lose what she's building with Nathan. This inner conflict becomes her biggest test yet. Heartland has always shown that healing isn't about erasing the past, but learning how to live with it. Yet, in this moment, Amy realizes she hasn't been living, she's been surviving. And for Nathan, that truth might be too painful to bear. When he tells her he needs time, it's not out of anger, it's resignation. He loves her, but he can't compete with a ghost. This is the breaking point the trailer warns about: they're breaking up. It's quiet, it's human, and it feels real. Amy's tears don't come from losing Nathan, but from realizing she might have lost herself in the process. The silence between them says everything. There's no dramatic goodbye, no shouting, just the unbearable weight of two hearts letting go because love alone isn't enough. While Amy's story takes a heartbreaking turn, the rest of Heartland moves forward in ways that mirror her struggle. Lou and Gracie's partnership during the wolf hunt becomes a metaphor for facing your fears instead of running from them. The two women start off clashing, Lou with her determination to protect Heartland's reputation, and Gracie with her guilt and desperation. But when they finally track the wolf, something shifts. Lou sees Gracie's fear, not of the animal, but of failing her family. That moment of empathy softens Lou's. As the wolf retreats into the forest, the tension between the two women begins to fade. It's not a friendship yet, but it's a beginning, a fragile truce born from shared pain. And that's what Heartland has always done best, showing that strength doesn't come from fighting harder, but from understanding the people you once called rivals. Back at the ranch, Jack faces his own ghost, time. For years, he's carried the burden of keeping Heartland standing, even when his body tells him to rest. When he rehires the ranch hand he once dismissed, it's not just about fixing a mistake, it's about admitting he can't do everything anymore. This quiet humility, coming from a man as proud as Jack, hits hard. He knows the ranch will outlive him, and that thought both comforts and terrifies him. But in true Heartland fashion, Jack doesn't dwell on fear, he chooses faith. His decision reminds us that letting go of control is sometimes the bravest thing you can do. Meanwhile, Lindy's emotions reach their peak. Watching her mother cry, she begins to understand that love isn't as simple as she thought. Amy doesn't choose between Ty and Nathan, she's learning to make space for both. For the first time, Lindy sees that her mom isn't replacing her dad, just trying to keep living. This realization may be what finally opens her heart to Nathan again, though not immediately. Healing takes time, and this family still has a long road ahead. The episode's final act will likely leave fans in tears. The trailer's title, "They're Breaking Up," might make it sound like this is the end, but in Heartland, endings often lead to deeper beginnings. Amy and Nathan's breakup isn't about failure, it's about honesty. Sometimes you have to let go of someone you love so both of you can grow. Amy's journey has always been about finding balance between her past and her future, and this episode might finally force her to confront that truth head-on. But the real twist could come in the closing minutes. After all the emotional turmoil, Amy might receive unexpected news, maybe something about the horses in Pike River, or even a letter connected to Ty. Something that pulls her deeper into her past just when she thought she was ready to move forward. That's the kind of cliffhanger Heartland loves, emotional, quiet, yet powerful enough to haunt you until the next episode. By the end of episode 3, one thing will be clear: Heartland is evolving. The ranch isn't just a home, it's a reflection of every character's heart. Amy, Nathan, Lou, Gracie, Jack, Lindy, they're all learning that love and family aren't about perfection. They're about forgiveness, acceptance, and the courage to face the ghosts that follow us. The episode may break our hearts, but it will remind us why we've stayed with this story for so long. Because in Heartland, even in the moments of breaking, there's always a promise of healing. And if the trailer is right, episode 4 will only dig deeper into the fallout, new beginnings, unresolved feelings, and choices that will shape the rest of the season. But for now, all eyes are on one question: will Amy and Nathan find their way back to each other, or is this truly the end of their story? Whatever happens next, one thing's for sure: Heartland Season 19 just changed everything.